Hello everyone, I am Tushar Sublaik, currently pursuing my bachelor's degree from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar. Today, I am here to have a discussion on topic Agneepath scheme, which is a controversial topic these days. On 14th of June, the Government of India introduced a new scheme for recruitment into the Indian Armed Forces, the Agneepath scheme. Not even a few days elapsed from the announcement that the youth came down on the street to protest against this scheme. Like always, some protests turned violent. Public properties were torched, but the biggest question here is that why is this scheme so controversial? Why are the people enraged over this Agnipath scheme? In today's video, let us understand this scheme and moreover, what are the pros and cons of this scheme? The youngsters preparing to join armed forces are turning more violent because of the Agnipath scheme. The war against Agnipath scheme has resulted in at least 9 trains being torched in different parts of the country. The protesters say set a railway coach on fire. They blocked highways, they barricaded railway lines, even some politicians and their residences were targeted. As per the Agnipath scheme, 46,000 soldiers would be recruited every year for the Indian Armed Forces. People from age 17 and a half years and to 21 years are eligible for this scheme, and those who are selected in this scheme will be known as Agniveers, a Solomon sounding name. However, this scheme would not be for the commissioned posts such as the Lieutenant General and the Lieutenants. These selected candidates would be recruited for non-commissioned ranks only, such as the rank of Sepoy and Nayak. In the first year, the recruits would be getting the salary around 30,000 rupees per month, and by the fourth year, it would be increased to 40,000 rupees per month. Additionally, when the soldier leaves their post after 4 years, they would be given a lump sum amount of 11 lakhs from the government's Sevanidhi scheme. This additional 11 lakhs is not entirely from the government. Around 30% of it would be from the Agniveer's monthly salary. You might ask why they would leave their post after 4 years. Friends, this is the biggest drawback of this scheme. The recruitment, that is, the Agniveer's post, will be for 4 years only. Once these 4 years are over, the government will give them a certificate and the money and then let them go. They will have to look for other jobs. This will happen to at least 75% of Agniveers. Moreover, the government has said that up to 25% of the Agniveers would be re-enlisted in the regular grade from full-time service, but only 25%. The government has promised that there would be employment generation, but the reality is that 75% of Agniveers would be employed for only 4 years, after which they will be unemployed once again, and then they will have to look for another jobs. There is no job security and no pension. And friends, this is the main reason why the youth of the country is out on the streets protesting against the Agnipath scheme. Looking at the present circumstances, people are worried about their future. When people think of the government jobs, they expect the job where they will get a permanent source of income, social security, job security, and pension. And being an army officer is highly respectable job. In India, army officers get additional benefits too, such as subsidized housing and food, but under new scheme, there is no additional benefits, not even the basic benefits of other government jobs. The protesters says that the government isn't able to generate actual jobs and that's why they are coming up with temporary solutions and they are pretending to generate jobs. But the jobs are not actually benefiting anyone. The supporters of Agnipath scheme says that don't look at it as a half empty glass when it is half full. They claim that the government is providing a wonderful opportunity to the youth. They are getting 4 years of guaranteed work even though they are not getting full-time employment. They are getting a job for 4 years at least. in which they will be getting a good salary of 30,000 rupees per month, excellent training facility. They will get to learn so much, develop new skill, gain new experience, and at the end of 4 years, they will get a certificate and some additional money. They can use the money to start a new business after 4 years, or they can spend some time to look for a new job. They also claims that it will not be difficult for the ex-Agniveers to get a new job because of the skills they would acquire and their experience. After all, they would be an Agniveer. However, the counterpoint of the counterpoint is, will the experience really help them to get a new job? If they want a technical job or if they want a job in a private company, they could have worked for a college degree in that 4 years time span rather than being Agniveer for 4 years. Perhaps that would have been a better option. At the end of 4 years, it would be more difficult for Agniveers to get admitted to the regular colleges because they would be competing with 18 years old high school graduates. And because of this scheme is for non-commissioned officers, people are worried about what if they don't get to learn new skills in these 4 years, which might be helpful to get a new job. You can see an example of this even now. Nowadays, most of the retired non-commissioned officers, about 30 to 40 years old, what kind of jobs they get? Mostly, they get the job of a security guard. They are seen outside an ATM or a bank as a security guard. They do not get a well-paid and pensioned jobs. So the point raised by many of the retired officers is that, will the Agniveers be motivated enough? Emotionally speaking, will they have the same commitment, same zeal as that of a regular officer? Because their jobs would not be full time. On top of it, the martyrs' families will not get the same security. We know the level of motivation needed to be a soldier, especially when they are on the mountains of the Himalayas posted under extreme conditions. One thing needs to be mentioned here, regardless of how much you hate this scheme and regardless of how much you want to protest against it, violence is never the answer. In Bihar, at least 12 trains have been torched, more than 200 have been cancelled, and a station has been looted as well. The homes of many BJP leaders have been set on fire. The people who are destroying public properties, setting trains and buses on fire, is it truly an acceptable solution? If their dream was to serve the country by joining the army, is this their definition of serving the country? Here, I would like to ask you, are you in favor of this scheme or against it? Comment your opinion below and hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching this video till end.